joining us here at FireFox today. Today is actually a very special day. It's the solar eclipse and it's actually a new moon, so there's a lot of energy. And today we have Leagh with
Gold Capital.
Perfect. How are you today, Leagh?
Well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming on and joining us today.
You're welcome.
So tell us what you do.
I work with a commercial and construction mortgage broker. We do commercial and construction mortgages exclusively. We also do a little bit of short-term lending. We do bridge financing and lending on receivables.
Perfect. So who are your ideal clients then?
An ideal client for me would be a property developer. We've done some recent multifamily and mixed-use projects. We've arranged financing for some mixed-use projects. So somebody that's seeking financing for a real estate development of a multifamily, a low-rise, a high-rise commercial building, or a home builder who is seeking some financing to purchase a residential house, demolish it, and rebuild.
Perfect. So how did you get into this industry?
With my business partner, he became a mortgage broker over 2 years ago, and we worked together. We've been working together since day one, and it's been a great fit.
Perfect. So how long have you been in the industry for?
I've been in it since he became a mortgage broker, so over 2 years.
Okay, perfect. What makes your company unique?
We do the difficult mortgages. Commercial and construction mortgages can be a little bit more difficult than your basic residential. We do some short-term lending, which is essential in some real estate transactions, some short-term lending and lending on receivables. If you're a real estate agent and you're between commissions and you have listings that need marketing, we can lend you some short-term money in the interim to facilitate the operation of your business. It's quite pivotal.
Perfect. So what is one of your favorite clients that you work with?
I can't discuss them, they're all confidential.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Is there a client that, without disclosing any names or anything like that, but that you've learned from?
I learn from all of my clients, but I think that's my attitude. I look to learn, I look to grow, and I look to develop.
Perfect.
So I look for every opportunity that I can to learn. Definitely we've learned from clients. Some need a bit more support, some need a bit more education on the process of financing.
So then do you work with these clients, say if they need that, education, do you work with these clients, to get them fully educated before they go into getting their mortgage?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, bring them up to speed, answer questions if the document's needed, why it's needed, the complexities of going through each transaction. My partner does, yes.
Perfect. And so can you specify how long generally like the process would work from start to finish with the client?
It all depends. It all depends. Construction process can be quite complicated. There's a number of factors. How quickly permits can be approved at the city.
Okay.
How quickly a general contractor can start.
Okay.
All kinds of complexities.
Okay, that sucks.
Did you lose it?
I'll fix it. Okay. So, sorry about that. How do you give back to the community?
Tree Canada.
What's that?
Tree Canada is a charity in Canada, and for every $10 you donate, they plant 4 trees.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
So what kind of trees are they planting? Are they planting evergreens or are they
everything? It's everything related to the Canadian geography. You can plant them anywhere in Canada or wherever it's needed most.
Perfect. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then how long does it take for these trees to actually develop into large, beautiful trees that we have?
I'm not sure. I donate and they plant and
Perfect.
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a ritual that you follow in the morning?
Yes. Yes.
Please share.
Coffee first, of course. Can't do anything without coffee. And I always start my day with something positive, one
Okay.
way or another. I'm very selective with what I allow into my brain and into my world and into my time and my calendar and my life. For mornings, I listen to a lot of Les Brown. I listen to Tony Robbins. I listen to any number of wonderful speakers out there: Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, Dan Locke.
Some amazing inspirational speakers. I've been fortunate enough to see Jack Canfield.
Yes.
There was a few other people that I got to see, so
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I find it just gets me in my right zone. You know, Tony Robbins talks about managing your mindset. That's how I manage my mindset. But I'm very selective with who I'll be around in my free time and what I'll do. I always make time to hike, to connect with nature.
Perfect. Do you have a favorite hiking spot that you go to?
North Van.
North Van?
North
Deep Cove?
I haven't done Deep Cove, but I've been up Lynn Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a wonderful, pristine hike. I put in my earbuds, I disconnect, and I just enjoy.
Perfect. Yeah, around Vancouver, we're very lucky.
That's
we're
right.
very, very, very fortunate to have natural beauty around us.
Absolutely.
And there's so many trails that you can, just trail up and go hiking and lose yourself in and recollect, I should say, which is nice. So we're very
pivotal.
lucky. We're very lucky.
Yeah, it's pivotal for me. Absolutely. Other people have different
Avenues.
For me, it's hiking.
Perfect. What would you tell your younger self? If you could go back and give some advice to your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Always maintain your passion of reading. There was a few years there where I just got sidetracked in doing other things, and I forgot how much I loved reading.
Perfect. What kind of books do you like reading?
Right now I'm reading Brene Brown. I do have a Tony Robbins at home. I have Charles Duhigg at home, which is about prioritizing your business. I have a lot of business books. I have a lot of books on relationships and business. Personal development, in a nutshell, personal development.
Perfect. Yeah, if as entrepreneurs, it's huge to have like our business books, whether it be audio, whether it be actual physical books or Kindle, because that's what actually keeps our minds fresh.
Yes.
Right. And we're able to have conversations with many different people, connect with different people, and actually have a better understanding of who they are. Right. And it also helps our business when we are actually, connecting and reading with other, like-minded people. All right. So what's your favorite book that you've read?
Jack Canfield, 31 Steps to Success. That was great.
Okay.
That was great. I just love reading. I love learning. Just maintaining that lifelong learning and looking for ways to always improve myself, improve my relationships, my situation, my finances, my business, to live the life I need to live.
Perfect. So how do you incorporate technology into your business?
Aside from the basic, which I think everybody has, we are quite active on social media. That's something that I've pursued. It's something that I've developed in our business. We have Instagram, Facebook, and our LinkedIn profiles.
Perfect.
And we're active on them.
Perfect. That's actually good because, nowadays, a lot of companies sort of shy away from doing the social media because they say, oh, well, we don't need it. And those are the companies that actually do end up getting hurt because they're not with the time, right? And the fact that you are, that speaks a lot.
I think it's pivotal.
It is.
I think it's pivotal. And we engage on it too. There isn't one day that I'm not on it at least a couple of times.
Perfect. That's how you should be working on social media. If someone likes you, you bet you like them back, comment on their stuff. That's how we grow a community, right? And that's how we actually build our connections as well.
And I think particularly in in any measure of real estate, you know, we're talking about big numbers and
Yeah.
big decisions and what homes where people live. It's quite important to have that familiarity and that connection with people. You know, on our social media is personal aspects of our life. My dogs are on my Instagram. You know, books I read are on my Instagram. You get an understanding for somebody as a person, not only as a builder
Yeah.
or a banker or a real estate agent, you know, somebody out connecting with their family, on a camping trip, you know, people post that. So I like to see that in business culture. I like to see that evolution of blending more of the personal in the business profile.
Yeah.
I don't post that on LinkedIn. I don't have pictures of my
No.
dogs on LinkedIn.
No,
I have them on Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's still a feel for me and my business partner Raman of what we're about and
Exactly.
what we're interested in and how we spend our free time, what we do in our free time, and who we are as people.
Yeah, so that's perfect. Actually, you know, that's exactly what it is. So social media is perfect because it actually leads you into, like, you can actually build a relationship.
Absolutely.
You know, like, yeah, there's that stalking that you've got, but before you go in to see your client, you get to know a little bit about who they are, what they like, so you can actually have that conversation. And guess what? Before you know it, you've actually built this relationship. Now they trust you, as well as, you know, they want to come to you. So it's a win-win. And then you've got lifetime friends that have come out of it.
Yeah, as long as you work it and you work it responsibly.
Yeah, and there's also, like, one thing I tell my clients is who you are on person is who you should be online.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You don't want to change your personality because, you know what, then you're just putting up a fake and you're not really allowing anyone to connect with you.
That's right.
So you always want to be the same person, both in person and online.
That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you value most in life?
My health.
Perfect.
My health and the privilege of being born and raised in Canada, which is a free nation, which is a clean nation. You know, generally people have everything they need here.
Yes, and being born in Canada, we are very, very fortunate. You know, there's other places, you go to Africa, for example, they don't have, like, the means to have clean water, they don't have education, they don't have, you know, any of that stuff. And
worldwide, one woman dies every 2 minutes from childbirth.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
One woman dies every 2 minutes from childbirth.
Very sad, very sad. And what is even worse is, like, I mean, in Africa or anywhere else around the world, they live under $1 a day.
Yes.
I mean, can we survive here? No, we wouldn't be able to survive. So, I mean, we are very, very fortunate to be, you know, born in Canada.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of my top values. The freedom and the equality of this beautiful country that we live in, the opportunities that are there for everybody. I finance my university from student loans. Not everybody has that opportunity worldwide. So my health and how fortunate I am and my gratitude, that's definitely, and I really just try and maximize those opportunities.
Perfect.
To have a fulfilled life.
Yes, and gratitude goes a long way.
It
sure does go a long way. And that sort of also ties back into your personal growth.
Yes.
Right? And, like, the more we work on ourselves, the more we give gratitude, the better it is for us and for everyone around us.
Yes. Right. And I think it draws people who are new to personal development or haven't yet gone into it. I think it draws them to that field to see the benefit of it.
Yeah.
The benefit of it and your outlook and your perspective and your attitude. And that can be literally magnetically drawing people to you.
That's so true. There's actually a good book. I mean, it's one of the sequels from The Secret. It's The Magic. That's actually the best way to, if you're getting into gratitude and just learning how to do it, pick up The Magic and actually listen to it or read it or even listen to it and do the daily 30-day challenge, and then you'll see your life actually transform. It's huge, huge. Also, like, I'm part of Make Your Mark business. It's a business program, and so with that, one of the things that we do is we actually have to do a daily gratitude journal. So we track all of our stuff, and we have to actually do a daily gratitude journal so that we can actually, you know, transform our lives and transform our businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a huge, I've actually noticed when I do write it down, things are like totally on top of the world. And when I don't, things just sort of wander off.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something to it. There definitely is something.
I think for certain people, absolutely. Yeah. Myself too, I don't keep a journal, but you know, I certainly don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
And you can ask anyone close to me, and they'd always say you always look at the positive and everything, you know, which I think is important for your attitude and your outlook and your connections and your relationships with people.
Yeah. So how do you work with realtors?
I don't know. They send us the odd referral because we only do commercial construction, okay. So we don't do residential. They send us the odd referral, and Roman handles it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to people just starting the business?
For commercial and construction mortgages, I would definitely say that your lender relationships are just as important as your client relationships.
Okay, perfect.
100%.
Yes, because that goes both ways.
Yes.
It definitely goes both ways.
Yeah.
Without your lender,
you have no business.
You have no business.
That's right.
And without customers, again, no business.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's very important to keep in mind, is that you have to keep that relationship going.
Absolutely.
And then again, we come back to our personal development from that, right? Which is, it's quite interesting how everything sort of comes to personal development.
Yes.
Which is huge. Why should someone work with you?
I guess because they like us and they like what we're about, and it's a good fit for them. It's a good fit for them. Roman's been in lending for 15 years, and he's been in property development for 20. He has impeccable experience in business relationships. But it has to be a right fit, and I think we all should find who the right fit is for us, whether it's a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, an employer, and so on.
Perfect.
Because it's the right fit.
Perfect. Do you have any last closing words that you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and enjoy and be grateful. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you. So before we end, I'll just get you to share your platforms that you're on.
Sure.
So people can find you as well.
Perfect. On LinkedIn, I'm under Leagh Wright, LeaghWright. And it says I'm commercial construction mortgage broker assistant. On Facebook, we are Gold Capital, and that should be easy to find us there. On Instagram, you can either look up Gold Capital, or our handle is Construction Mortgage Broker.
Perfect. And Instagram?
Instagram, Construction Mortgage.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you.
And hopefully you get to enjoy the beautiful day. And we look forward to seeing you the next time.
Great.